Good day, everyone. Welcome back again to Decoding with Cody. And for anyone new, I'm going to hopefully be able to put all of the videos that I've made over the last couple of weeks about the war, about the Rams winning the Super Bowl, all that stuff is going to culminate, I think, in this final video. And I hope this is an extensive understanding of exactly how they code all this, guys. And it should be very clear. If you don't see it, you're just completely in denial, I think. So let me just get straight to the point here. This whole video is going to be focused on plutonium. What is plutonium? Well, it's the element, the 94th element, that it has a 244 weight. Now, just remember that number, guys. The 244 is the whole basis of this whole video. And I'm going to show you how all the events right now are tied to this number and how this number represents war. And the bomb that the first person to make this, the first atomic bomb was made from plutonium, okay? But remember the 244. I want that to be in your guys' mind throughout this whole video, okay? The next thing I want to point to is the reason I was able to put these connections together from my prior videos. Anybody who has been watching my other videos, most of my other videos have been focused on plutonium. I have a whole document looking at April 4th date to be an interesting day, and I'm tying it all into plutonium. But this is not going to mention April 4th. This is just going to be about the number 244 and how it's tied together. So first of all, this is how I got onto this trail today, okay? Shane Keith Warren. Shane Keith Warren. He died today. I didn't know this guy until now. I never heard of him, but he died today, apparently. He's an Australian cricket player, and he dies today, right? And this blew my mind because when I typed in his full name, Shane Keith Warren, it's a 244. Now I'm going to show you guys. Shane Keith Warren is a 244 in reverse gematria, okay? It's clearly able to see the 244. Now, what are we in the middle of right now with the whole situation with Russia, right? And the 244 having to do directly with war and bombs, right? And I'm going to show you plenty of evidence here that proves this. Now, let's go over to another guy. You notice the next guy that I have above him is Cooper Douglas Kupp, and he is a 244 in reverse, okay? If you guys have watched my videos, I've talked a lot about Cooper Douglas Kupp, okay? But let me just bring him up so you guys can see who he is and why he's involved with this. So Cooper Douglas Kupp, when you type his full name, it's 244, just like Shane Warren's whole name, okay? Well, Cooper Douglas Kupp just won the Super Bowl MVP, which is the best player in the Super Bowl, right? He did so on February 13th, and he plays for the Rams. And the Rams is a anagram of the word Mars. It's the same word, it's just rearranged. And Mars is the god of war. So again, remember the 244 in this whole war theme. Now you're going to see that Cooper Kupp, he's completely tied to this. And I'm going to show you why, guys. I'm going to show you why. Why Cooper Kupp? Why is his name Cooper? Okay. And why is he tied to war? Well, I'm going to show you. This is something you can easily look up. It's called Cooper bombs. The Cooper bomb was a British 20-pound bomb used extensively in World War I. It was the first high explosive bomb to be adapted by the Royal Flying Corps. So it was on planes, guys. It's called the Cooper bomb. Cooper Kupp, winning Super Bowl MVP with the Rams. Mars, the god of war. His name equals 244, matched with plutonium. Now let me blow your mind even more, okay? And that is going to be with the Cooper nuclear station. So let me just type that in, guys. It's called the Cooper nuclear station. And what are the chances, guys? Come on, what are the chances? The Cooper nuclear station. This is located in the United States on the Missouri River, and it's had a couple of instances where it's been in some kind of trouble, And so but I don't need to say much about this, do I? I mean, you got the Cooper nuclear station, you got the Cooper bombs, and you got Cooper Kupp, who plays on the war team, the Rams, and his name equals 244 like plutonium. So again, nuclear. Plutonium is about nuclear. And just watch the gematria, guys. Okay, what is Cooper Nuclear Station, guys? In standard English, it's 244, just like Cooper Kupp, except Cooper Kupp is reverse 244, and Shane Keith Warren is reverse 44. Guys, what's global thermonuclear war? It's 244, guys. I mean, how much do I have to beat this? I mean, I don't know what I have to say. If you don't see this, you have to be asleep. I mean, if this is all just a coincidence, then there's still something much higher working here, you know. And let me just bring up the next point. You know, I just showed you the Cooper bomb, the Cooper nuclear station, and Cooper Kupp. Now I'm going to talk about this guy. His name is Carter Vanderbilt Cooper. He equals 244. Who's that? You know, who's Carter Vanderbilt Cooper? Well, let me see if I have him up here. Carter Vanderbilt Cooper is part of the Vanderbilt family, which is a huge family. But you know, a rich family, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure all the details. I haven't got a chance to really look a lot into him, but the reality is this, guys. His name is Cooper. His last name is Cooper. He died and was born in Manhattan, New York. Now, where was the Trinity test done? Where was the Trinity test done for the first bomb during World War II with plutonium? Where was it done? It was in Manhattan. It's called the Trinity test, the Manhattan Project. Okay, so let's go over here to the Trinity test. Okay, the Trinity test was in Manhattan, guys. Manhattan. This Cooper guy was born in Manhattan, and of course he died in Manhattan. Okay, and I want you guys to notice the 5:29 a.m. they state. They state a specific time. Now, why would you state a exact time? Well, I'm going to show you guys why. Why 5:29? Okay, we're going to go over to gematria here. Why the 259? Okay, well, you got to understand how numbers work. You have a 259 or you have 529. Now, I want you guys to take a look at the basically what the Trinity test was done. Okay, it was done at 5:29. Okay, in Manhattan, and you have this Cooper Vanderbilt guy being born in Manhattan, having the 244. Well, if you go up to these up here, you're gonna see that I've tied some interesting things in. If you look up the number 259, okay, you're gonna see Thomas Patrick Edward Brady, which is Tom Brady's name. Okay, but he announced his retirement this year, right? And what is, if you type in Tom Brady's retirement, what does it equal? Guys, it equals 244. It equals 244. Now, what's Tom Brady's full name? Well, Tom Brady's full name comes out to be 259, which is an anagram of the 529 Trinity test to do with the nuclear bombs. What do you get when you type in 259? You get 259, guys. Okay, what happened on February 23rd, very late in the evening in the United States? It was already the 24th in most of the world, but in the United States, it was still February 23rd. Well, Russia invaded, specifically invaded Ukraine, just like the Trinity test, 529, except for the numbers are just rearranged, guys. They're just rearranged. Okay, now here's where it gets good, right? Because we're going to tie in a movie that's coming up. A movie that's coming up that's tied to the Trinity test, and I'll show you how. Okay. First of all, remember that Trinity means three. Okay, but I want to bring up Warner Brothers Pictures, guys. Equals 244 in the same cipher as all these other 244s. Okay, but the main character for that movie, the actor who plays him, Jason Namakehaya Momoa, is 244, just like Warner Brothers Pictures. The movie, they're making this Aquaman movie, and this guy stars in the movie. Okay, and his name equals 244, just like the rest of these 244s. Okay. Again, I got this connection from going to Tom Brady, finding the 259, and then the Trinity test being on 529. So now you have the 244 again. So what is the name of the movie, guys? The name of the Aquaman movie that's coming up? Well, it's a 259. Just like Tom Brady. You see how this is all tied together, guys? Like, this is not a coincidence. This is done by either people that are doing this, or if you guys want to believe somehow that it's the universe, you can believe that, but just don't believe that it's just random, because it's definitely not. Okay? And all these things that I'm pointing out are just clear as day. Now, why does this Aquaman movie have to do with the Trinity Test? Well, the Trinity Test, what does the word Trinity mean? Well, Trinity means three, right? And what does Aquaman have? What is Aquaman about? Aquaman is about Neptune, basically. And what does Neptune have? Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Aquaman and his trident. I mean, what is this, guys? It's a trinity, a trident, just like the Trinity Test. And his name equals 244, like the bomb, like how plutonium. Remember, guys, this all goes back to 244 being the number of plutonium, the first atomic bomb. It ties into the Cooper bombs. You got Cooper nuclear station. You got Cooper Kupp. And then you got this guy dying. This Shane Warne, like warning, just dying today. All right. And not to mention that, guys, but in my prior videos, I talked about Mickey J. Henson, who died one day after the Super Bowl. Remember, Cooper Kupp, whose name equals 244 in reverse, died after the Super Bowl one day. Okay. Now, what about why Mickey J. Henson? Well, I'm just going to go ahead and type him in because I don't have him in here. But watch this, guys. 244, the same cipher as Cooper Kupp. He dies one day after Cooper Kupp wins the Super Bowl MVP. Now, another event that happened the day before the Super Bowl, guys. What happened before the Super Bowl? Well, you had a fighter, in UFC 271, Israel Adesanya, right there. What does his name equal? Let me do it, guys. 244. So you got two deaths now tied to the 244, and you have two winners of two different events tied to the 44. You have Israel Adesanya winning UFC 271 fight. You have Mickey J. Henson dying on the 14th of February. You have Cooper Kupp winning the Super Bowl MVP, and then you have Shane Warne dying today. So two deaths and two wins, basically, with the 244 in the news in the last month, guys. Within the last month. And don't forget that global thermonuclear war equals 244, guys. What's the chances that full word equals 244 and they somehow randomly gave plutonium has an atomic number of 244? I mean, what's the chances? Now, I want to bring in the Washington Capitals into this because this is a hockey team, okay? And the Washington Capitals have a Russian player there. He's known as Alexander the Great, Alexander Ovechkin. I haven't even typed his name in yet. I don't even know how to spell his name, but he is a Russian player and the best player in the world, most would consider. And his name, or the team he plays for, the Washington Capitals, is 244, guys. Okay? And I just wanted to bring this up because this is another UFC fighter, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. He equals 244, and he's a Russian fighter, guys. He's a Russian UFC fighter. Okay, 244. Now, the last thing I really want to point out here is I think why it's a big thing why this 244 keeps appearing. I pointed this out in my document and in my other videos, but for any who are watching, I just wanted to show you how this reality really works. Okay, this is a site where you can type in any digit into pi, and you can find out where that digit appears in the string of pi. Pi is a never-ending string, right? But basically, you can type any digit in and figure out. So let's type the number 244 in, guys. Where does it appear? Well, it appears at the 510, right? 510 can be reduced down to a 51. Well, what does a rams equal in gematria, guys? 51. Okay, so 244 appears at the 510th digit, but it get reduced to a 51 if you take off the 0, and rams or Mars Didn't spell it right. Mars 51. Okay. Now, to go back up here to the numbers, and let's show you what. Okay, so what digits appear at the 244 digit? Okay, so I know that digit, and I believe it's this digit. So if we go over, we can click next, and we can find where this appears. 44 appears at the 201st digit. Now, we all know that the event 201 tied to that. Now, oh, sorry, guys, it's 201. 201. 201 appears at the 244th digit of pi, guys. Now, again, I was explaining the 201 is connected to the Society of Jesus. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, like how they use the number 201, if you're familiar with Event 201, which was held before coronavirus, I don't know if I should have said that, but yeah, Event 201, just go find Zachary K. Hubbard, Gematria Effect News on YouTube, Gematria Effect News 24 on YouTube, and you're going to see how the 201 ties in. Okay. Now, so that's why that number is important. And it's just, it really is, guys. It's really just, it's so clear that, I don't know how much more clear I can be. And I think I've pretty much made all the points I want to make here. But you can see how it's all tied together. All these things are 244. And it doesn't seem like a coincidence. It just doesn't. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it wasn't too long-winded. And I hope to see you in my next video. Please take care out there, guys. Blessings.